You know what? I'm not sure Stoicism makes any sense. Look, Stoicism basically says, focus on the things you can control, and if it's not in your control, then let it go. Keep things in perspective, and be a good person. That's all fine and good advice, but it's about how you get there. So you believe in fate, and that things are predetermined, right? Well, actually, the Stoics go even further, don't they? You believe in amor fati, loving your fate, embracing and accepting reality as it is. Well, denying reality doesn't seem like a good idea. And along with this, you say that you have no power over outside events, only those in your internal world. No guaranteed influence over outside events, yeah. And yet, you actively try to affect the external world, which according to you is already determined. Ah, okay, I see what you're getting at. So on the one hand, we act as though our actions matter in some way because we strive to live with virtue and all that good stuff, but at the same time, fate is fate. We believe we can't really change the cards we're dealt, and we have to accept the hand we're dealt anyway, so why do we bother, right? Exactly. How do you believe in fate without being fatalistic? Surely there's a paradox here. I think arguably there is. On some level, we certainly do behave as though the future is unwritten, and we act as though to try to affect our environment, but emotionally, we practice accepting what life throws our way, and rationally, we will choose to think that it was always fated to happen the way it does. Well, if that's true, then is Stoicism not really a philosophy? It feels more like the art of rationalizing away pain however you can. That's a cynical way of looking at it. In my view, Stoicism boldly attempts to weave together three threads: objective truth about the world, subjective truth about the human experience, and a sense of purpose. And it does this so well that we don't notice when it jumps between those three threads. It's seamless. Do you ever wonder whether Stoicism's more suited to being a philosophy of hardship, as opposed to a whole life philosophy? Because the Stoics don't exactly seem to have that much fun. So I think it's certainly in many ways a defensive philosophy of life. Most Stoic insights have come from hardship and not joy. But I think there is a deep joy to be found in looking at the darker sides of life. I mean, that's the whole point of memento mori, remembering that we're all going to die. And that makes each day that much more precious. It reminds me to hug people just that little bit tighter. It's still so strange to me that even Marcus Aurelius, the literal emperor of Rome, said that he had no power over outside events and that everything was fated. I mean, he was the most powerful man in the world. Of course he had power over outside events. You know, during his life, he had 14 children. But only 5 of them survived to adulthood and outlived him. Most powerful man in the world. I didn't know that. Everyone's life is going to be met with tragedy. Emperor or not, fate doesn't care. So we do our best. We play our part. We might even fight fate. But when it comes to pass, we have to make the best of it. Somehow. What other choice do we have?